Happy Friday, Junior, again. How lucky are you that this is the second CWIT session of the day? What's a CWIT session? I'm so glad you asked. A CWIT session is a pop-up interview in a pop-up location with a surprise guest. You knew it was coming. Surprise! I am here with Pressure on the Runway himself, Pro Focus, and we are here to talk about this amazing undertaking that is coming up on Saturday, September 27th. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you, as always. Thank you for being an intricate part of helping me put this show on every year with your enthusiasm and your level of professionalism with telling the world about what's going on. I appreciate that.
Well,
You've gotten me through doors that I would not be able to walk into, and I want to tell you thank you for that.
Are we going to start the show crying? We're not going to do it. I appreciate that, and everybody knows that it's all love, it's all Gary, and anytime we can tell a narrative that's going to make our community pop, react, and celebrate our greatness, then I'm all in. But the start of this venture, and we're going to talk about the fashion show that's coming up right here at Indiana University Northwest on next Saturday, didn't have the most pleasant origin. Let's say, you know, you didn't just wake up and say, I think I'm going to do a fashion show. It kind of had some layers to it, as the young people say, around your desire to bring awareness to stroke victims like yourself. And as many times as you've told this story to me, it never gets old, and there's always somebody that needs to hear it. So I'm going to set the stage. Pro Focus is an amazing photographer. Those who know him, that's his profession, his God-given talent. And on this particular day, he was on set shooting a group of nurses. And I'll pause there. What happened, Scott?
I noticed that certain activities that I normally could do gave way. One side of my body literally just gave way. There were certain things that I can control that I couldn't do anymore. Every last movement within my body released. And I noticed that my pants were wet. Mm-hmm. And upon noticing that, I tried to call out my wife's name and speak for her name, and I couldn't say her name because my lips wouldn't let me do it. Mm. And it was at that point that the nurses knew something was wrong. Me being a hard-headed man that I am, I'm trying to force myself to figure out what was going on. Maybe try to go grab a candy bar, grab a sneaker. Maybe my sugar was low. At that point, I couldn't move. My wife came in. I'm trying to say the word Jackie, and I couldn't say it. And she's like, what happened to you? Because at that point, she looked at my clothes and noticed that they were wet. Mm-hmm. And at that point, she became Superwoman, literally lifting me up and taking me up a flight of stairs and carrying me to a car and taking me home. And at that point, I was still being a hard-headed man.
Because she wanted to go to the hospital, correct?
She wanted to go to the hospital, and I told her no.
Jackie's here with us today. Jackie, I'm just going to shoot you that look like, why are they like that? Okay, go back.
And at that point, the paramedics came. I'm still fighting. I'm like, no. No, and all I'm doing is nodding. I'm like, no. They're like, we're taking you to the emergency room. So at that point, Jackie said, I have somebody I can call. She contacted my sister, Brenda. Mm. My sister, Brenda, is, how should I say it? Her firmness is a different firmness.
Okay, she's the boss of you?
She's the big sister, that's the big sister, that's the big sister.
Gotcha.
So she told me if I don't go to the hospital, she was coming over there, and me and her literally were fighting. Oh. So at that point, the paramedics told me that I had about 30 minutes to make it to an ER, or I was going to lose about 75 to 80% of my brain usage.
Lord have mercy. Thank you, Brenda.
I'm still fighting, and at that point, from that point of leaving, going to the hospital, I have no memorization. When I woke up in the middle of a camera in my throat where they were taking a photograph of my heart to basically figure out how much damage the stroke had done to my heart because it was so extreme. And I'm going through therapy. I'm in the hospital bed, and one morning I said, a doctor's coming in. I'm like, okay, here come the doctor, so something's not right. So they started giving me the details about what I was going to be able to do, what I wasn't going to be able to do. And the first thing the doctor says, "What do you do?" I said, "I'm in real estate. I do photography." He goes, "Okay, the real estate should probably be pretty simple." He said, "But one problem, you have lost so much movement out of one side of your body that you're probably not going to be able to lift the camera again."
Mm.
So I'm like, no.
That couldn't be
Like,
my
no.
fate.
So at that point, I tell the doctor that, and my exact words was, "I serve a whole different God, that you have no idea that I'm going to come through this." He said, "Well, we understand your religious beliefs," but he said, "I have to give you my medical." He said, "And because of how much damage you've done to your brain, how much damage is on the one side of your body," he said, "the likelihood of you coming out of this being normal is not too good." He said, "I have to tell you that." I said, "Okay." And at that point, at nighttime, they would put me on what's called fall rest. And they started me on fall rest because every night I would push myself to get out of the bed and try to get up. So when I get up, the first thing I would do is
Hit the floor.
hit the floor and fall.
Yeah.
I did that for so long. The nurses say, "You have to stay in the bed. You have to stay in the bed." I'm like, "No." And I'm like, "Call my wife. I need my wife here." And at that point, my wife would come to the hospital, and she stayed by my bedside every single day. Because our incomes had changed, she was the only one working because I wasn't able to. So she would go to work, leave work, come to the hospital. The hospital would call her at work. "Can you come to the hospital? Can you check on your husband? He's not listening to anybody. He doesn't want to hear anything we got to say." Because the only person I would listen to was her or Brenda.
Or Brenda.
That was it. So at that point, when she would come to the hospital, my vitals, my blood pressure would be through the roof. When she walked in the room, they would drop.
Everything levels. We
They
do have
leveled
that
out
effect.
because
Yeah.
she was my safe place.
That's right.
When I suffered the stroke, she was my hero. And for a grown man to say that a woman was his hero, I can wholeheartedly say that this lady became my hero because when no one was there, she was.
Well, I'm just going back to the mere fact that she carried you up the stairs.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
know, they say in times of trauma, emergency, for us believers, you know, God steps in with that. You have that unknown energy, that will to live, to save.
Fine.
And I totally believe that. You probably, in her mind and in that moment, probably felt light as a feather, like, I got to get my husband to a place where he can get the help he needs. And I'm not worried about, you know, what my strength capacity is going to be today. I'm taking him to the car on my own. Wow. That in itself is an amazing testimony. So fast forward to here we are, 3400 Broadway, IU Northwest. A probably almost, if not already, sold out affair is headed our way on Saturday, September 27th, with an appropriate title, Pressure on the Runway, because it is going to remind, educate, and motivate folks to get their screenings around their blood pressure and things that could potentially cause a stroke, right?
Correct.
Yes. And so is this the third one or the second?
This is number.
What number is this?
Number 5.
Wow.
Number 5.
Number 5. I
Number
know
5.
I was there last year, and it's such an energetic event, but it's so helpful with the vendors that are there. Yeah, there's some that you can shop with, but they're also like medical professionals. There are opportunities to get your blood pressure checked and other things. Talk to me about what's going to happen on this particular one here at IU Northwest.
Well, you went into medical. So this year was something amazing because with your help, the partnership that came with Pressure on the Runway was
Dr. Janet Seabrook, Community Health Net, and our city's health commissioner.
that was a dummy-proof situation because bringing her medical team in to tell people how to take better care of themselves, to take blood pressure readings, it was an amazing interaction. Thank you again.
You're
for that.
welcome, and she's so excited. She
No.
talks about it everywhere she goes.
I'm happy that the city of Gary in itself is being so receptive to the situation of something that was a tragedy to me, and they're being so receptive to. Gary's in a place right now where it has a big hug around it,
doesn't it? It's magical,
and you can feel it. And with the interaction of the people that are being involved in this, the doors are opening in so many ways. Like you can feel the wrath of God saying, "I'm over this.
Yeah,
relax.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh yeah, I got it." And I felt that today because my phone rung so many times, and so many people were like, "Okay, what do you need me to do? What can I do? How can I help? Let me do this. Let me do that." And I didn't call anyone.
You have to, right? God's got it, right?
Very much so. This show is probably going to be one of the best shows of my career that I've ever produced. We have brought people in this show that are so tough to get involved.
Really?
And one phone call got so many yeses. I have models from all over the globe that are coming right to our city of Gary, Indiana to walk the runway. I have designers that are fresh off New York and Paris Fashion Week that are right here in our city of Gary.
Oh, that's amazing. So now people are like, oh my God, I got to get my tickets in. It does sell out every time. So I will share with you that doors open Saturday, September 27th at 2 p.m. Where do they get their tickets, bro?
They can go to Eventbrite or they can go to getfocusedonfashion.com, click on the ticket link. But guys, I have one bit of bad news. We have no VIP tickets left. They are completely sold out.
I'm sorry.
So at this moment, general admission have tickets left. This event will be sold out.
It will.
It will be. So for the people that are waiting last minute, do not.
Don't do it. This is last minute now.
This is last minute
it's next
now.
Saturday for crying out loud.
Grab your tickets. But speaking of that, there is not a bad seat in the house.
No, it's at the theater here at the School of Arts and Sciences, IU Northwest, 3400 Broadway on the second level. And it's a phenomenal venue. The acoustics, the technology, the location. For those who want to come out of Chicago, you hop right off of 94 and you jump on Broadway and you are there. And you get to meet some amazing people. And I want to go back and just say, when you say the city has been so receptive and it's wrapped its arms around you, et cetera, well, you know that's a credit to you. You get a pass because you married a Gary girl, right? Yes, let's just skip the facts. I do facts on CWIT sessions.
Is that what my pass came from?
You got a whole pass, honorary Gary all day. Most people probably, if they don't know you at first, they'll think you're from here, which is a good thing. They're like, that means you fit right in, and that means we do accept. And that's the
my slogan, right?
What's your slogan again?
My slogan was, Chicago raised me, Gary made me.
Ooh, yeah, T-shirt.
That's my slogan.
I like that. Well, I know you have your allegiance to your city. That's why I'm sure a lot of Chicago folks will come and support as well. The question is, for those of you who are watching, will you be there? Will you be able to grab a GA ticket? That's general admission. Now, you also talked about having models come from around the world, which is very, very noble, exciting. But I'm a little bit more excited about the local models. And there was one model in particular who was planning to be in the show and is now our angel, who is no longer with us in the flesh, but certainly in spirit, a good friend of mine and yours and so many others. I am speaking of none other than Nicole Mavon Brewer, my Mary Kay diva, my person that I have a gazillion pictures with, but the one that stands out for me, and I haven't made any posts or anything, so it's like I'm finally just getting to say what I want to say right now, was I ran into her at the auto show, and Val Warner was there, the first look party, where you get to see the show before everybody else, you get to see the cars, and she was in this amazing fitted, beaded, white gown. And I walked in with one of my clients, Mary Green from the Black Women's Expo. And we locked eyes, like, what you doing here? What you doing here? And she ran over and she hugged my neck so tight. And she said, you gotta take a picture. And I said, of course. So we take a picture. And then there, it wasn't the auto show. It was the Golden Fellowship Dinner for the Chicago Urban League. One of those, because she was at both. But Val Warner was there nonetheless from ABC. And she walked past, and before Nicole could say anything, she was like, I got you. I said, slide on over there. And I was like, Val, I said, my girl, so you take a picture with my girl? She was like, yeah, I had camera ready. Pop, pop, pop. I sent it to Nicole.
I think you always have a camera.
I always have a camera because people don't understand. We understand because Nicole has taught us so well that pictures matter. When there are people like, oh, okay, hurry up. That's my husband. Cheese, you know. But then when you look back, and I have these pictures of his grandmother, and I have all these pictures in my phone, and I'm like, no, you got to cash at me now, you know, before I give up these photos. So in all seriousness, no, that was her legacy, you know. And so I have my newsletter coming out tomorrow, which is in tribute to her. Nobody knew that until now, but I'm still sitting here grappling about which photo. I have so many photos with her, but I think I'm going to go with the one from when she had that white, beautiful dress on, because she is indeed an angel. So why am I talking about her? One, because she is so amazing, but also that she was slated to walk in your show. And I know that she would have ripped that runway because her life was a runway. You know, every time we saw her, she was together, makeup on point, hair together. It was just like where you going? To the store? Kind of like you. Where you going? Across the street? Well, you got a 3-piece suit on. I thought you might have been going somewhere else. Always together. And so I was definitely looking forward to seeing her in the show. But with the Lord taking her home, we have a special tribute that's going to take place. And I want you to do the honors of bringing our guest on.
So I had a conversation with her daughter. And her daughter told me, I was going to be buying tickets to the show. And she said, I really wanted to be there, and I really wanted to see my mom walk across the runway. I said, I have a better idea than that. Your mom was going to walk for 3 different designers. How about I have you to walk for those same designers in the show? And very effortlessly, Kayla said, I'm there. Whatever you need me to do, I want to do that. And I said, we're going to do a tribute to your mother during the show. And I said, we're going to give you a moment to tell the audience how much you love your mother.
And how much we all loved her mother, too.
Wow. And I wanted that moment to be special for Nicole, but for Kayla. Kayla is such a strong young lady. When you meet her, when you speak to her, I'd only met her one time. And the first thing she did when she saw me was hug me. It was a hug. And it wasn't a hug, hey, how are you doing? It was an embrace of love.
Yeah, that's scary. That's the scary love.
If you all are watching, I'm going to let the young lady that we're talking about finish this conversation. Our surprise guest is Kayla.
Come on, Kayla. With your beautiful self. Mm-hmm. Oh, welcome to a See-With session.
See that hug I was talking about?
Yes. That's my second one.
You are a crybaby.
You gotta be strong.
I know. And I was good up until this point. I really was. Kayla, talk to me about the strength that you have exuberated for all of us, and now to rip the runway in your mother's stead. But it won't be your stead because she's going to be right next to you.
Yes, living through me. So first and foremost, I think I overheard some of those kind words that you guys said. So I'm just going to say I appreciate those words. But my mother, she was a very loving person, very encouraging. She had a lot to give, and it was effortlessly. She was the type that would give the shirt off of her back. The whole city loved my mom. I love my mom. Our whole family loved my mom. I'm sure my enemies and my mom's enemies secretly love my mom.
Couldn't help it.
Because she was just a ray of sunshine. But I definitely thought it was a good idea for me to walk in the fashion show. No, I have never walked in a fashion show before, but I'm going to walk proudly for her and, let her live through me and literally just proceed with life, being strong, how she would want me to be.
Absolutely.
And, you know, just live on her legacy.
Yes, her service was this past Monday, September 15th. And I said, I've lived in Gary all my life, with the exception of being away in college. And never have I ever had to walk from Calumet Township all the way across. I passed the flea market, I passed Big Daddy's, I passed all the way to get to EOC to get a seat. That's a testament to how her life was lived.
The entire city was at her funeral, packed out, over 1,500 people, just because that's the type of person that she was. She showed up for everyone, so
we
happy
showed
that
up
everyone
for her.
showed up for her.
Yes.
It was a beautiful ceremony.
It was so beautiful, and your aunt Mabonsky is just,
I mean,
yes, everybody knows Mayor Mabonsky, and even in the biggest of tragedies, she had that moment where it had us all to just take a breath and laugh. I love Toya so much for that, because she was her authentic. All of you are your authentic selves. And we can always appreciate that, because phony people don't really stick well with me. They just don't, because they're so obvious, you know? So Scott, Pro Focus, what will she be wearing? Whose designs? Or do you know yet, or is it a surprise?
I'm not telling a word.
He's not going to tell us, not even on the Seawit session.
She is such an urban fashion icon.
Oh.
With the way she dresses. So I am going to make sure she's placed in some of the most top urban wear that we have in this area. And I'm, as far as her walking, she has such a swag about her, this coolness. Like, I literally have to straighten my beard out.
I know, get it together.
Get my swag up on point, because she carries herself so professional. Her etiquette of speaking is very well as well.
Indeed, your presentation at your mother's celebration, homecoming celebration of life, at the conclusion of it, she did a little
the pink jacket.
Yeah, to talk about the pink jacket. You rocked your mom's pink jacket.
I had to put her. I wish I had it on now, but I had to put her jacket on. It still smelled like her, and I know she rocked that director's suit for her Mary Kay business, so I had to put it on for her.
Yes, well, you put it on, and you did it well. So that was your audition. You're hired for Pro Focus for next Saturday. And if there is, from an element of strength, if there is anything that you want to tell those who will watch this later about being strong for yourself and for your family and how to get through these times, what would you tell them?
What I would say first and foremost, like I just said, be yourself. You have to be yourself. You have to feel those feelings, but at the same time, you have to be strong, because whichever loved one that you had that may have passed away, they will want you to be strong, and they will want you to live on and be great and do great things. So you just have to keep that in the back of your head and just try to push through, be happy. Matter of fact, don't try, just do it. Just be strong, be happy, and move forward how that person would want you to move forward in life.
Well, I think that those general admission tickets after this broadcast, gone. So as we get ready to close out, I would just love to hear what you are up to, who you are, what you do, and maybe some plans that you have that are going to make us all proud of you.
What I will say is I am an artist. I'm a graphic designer. I'm a tattoo artist. Whatever you need, like as far as logos, tattoos, wall murals, anything, you name it, I can do it.
Wall murals?
Yes.
Okay, we have to talk offline.
Yes, so I do a lot of artistic things, but my favorite hobby and favorite thing to do that makes me money also is to tattoo.
Okay.
And I love to travel. I was employed with Southwest Airlines, and I plan on going back in the fall.
You need a buddy pass? I need a buddy pass. Look, look, I beat you to it.
Right.
Too late.
I love to go back and be a traveling tattoo artist. So those are my plans right now, and to live, let my mom live through me and continue her legacy.
I have a question.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about dabbling in modeling?
I never thought about it, but
We're
I'm
gonna
not
work on that.
opposed.
Well, yes. Her big debut, everybody, Miss Kayla, is going to put some pressure on that runway Saturday, September 27th, right here at IU Northwest, 3400 Broadway. Doors open at 2. There are a plethora of vendors as well. That's how I got caught up in the game. Luckily, you'll be backstage. I'm trying to interview folks, and then I'm like, are those Gucci socks? You know, I couldn't focus. Focus.
So one thing that we didn't talk about.
What didn't we talk
The
about?
interview person that's going to be interviewing everyone that walks on the red carpet.
If she's not shopping, who is that?
You.
Me. So I have to get there like extra early when the vendors are setting up before they run out of what I want. I'll buy, and then I will be on the red carpet. I'm so excited. I'm still trying to pick my outfit out so I can match Kayla's fly that day. But it's going to be a great time. If you don't have your ticket, in the words of the late, great Mr. T, I pity the fool that doesn't have their ticket. You don't remember that, sweet pea? She's like, first of all, who's Mr. T? You gotta Google Mr. T and the A team, and I'm gonna circle back with you.
This year, I actually took on a management team, a young lady by the name of the Posh Lady, that basically handles all the vendors.
Okay.
So she's bringing in vendors from all over.
Oh.
Dynamic. She brings in vendors from all over. She's handling it. So that's another piece I can step away from and someone else can handle.
Nice.
The goal of this event is to open up doors for different people within the city of Gary, to give different opportunities that would not be there.
Yes. Well, I'm excited now. I'm just like on 10 here. And I'm excited for Kayla to know who Mr. T was.
With the mohawk, right?
Yes,
I know
good
who he is. I
job.
just didn't know the phrase.
His catchphrase was,
Yeah.
I pity the fool. I pity the fool. So I pity you. If you haven't gotten your tickets, what's the website again, Pro?
GetFocusedOnFashion.com, or you can go on Eventbrite. If you are within the city of Gary and you live here, one thing that we're doing differently, we will deliver your ticket to your front door. You don't have to go anywhere. If you live within Gary, we will bring you your ticket to your front door.
Hey, DoorDash tickets, y'all. I love it. Kayla, I'm so godly proud of you.
Thank you.
You are in my thoughts and prayers. You know God has got you. And I'm learning from you on that strength tip. Mr. Pro Focus, Gary loves you. We've got you too.
I love Gary.
Keep doing what you're doing. Jackie, keep working out, lifting weights in case we got to pick them up to carry them somewhere else, which we're not. Because last thing, how are you taking care of yourself differently now, Mr. Post-stroke survivor?
I'm eating better. I'm taking my meds. I'm seeing my doctor on a regular. I'm doing all the things that I'm telling everybody else to do.
Okay.
You can't tell people what to do and you're not doing it yourself.
All right. And then we'll get more information from the Community Health Net team as they will be on site deployed here at the university to do the screenings and to talk about stroke awareness. Know the signs, don't ignore the signs, take care of your bodies. But most important, we're going to put some pressure on that runway. You've been watching a See-What Session. I'm Chelsea Whittington. A See-What Session is a pop-up interview in a pop-up location with surprise guests. Today's guests were amazing and phenomenal, and I will see you on the runway. See you next time, everybody.